स्पोर्ट्स से जुड़ी किसी भी छोटी या बड़ी अपडेट के लिए सब्सक्राइब करें स्पोर्ट्स तक और साथ ही किसी भी नोटिफिकेशन को पाने के लिए बेल आइकन को दबाना ना भूलें।
He's a good thinker of the game, like most of the great finishers, and a really good leader, good person around the group. Very excited to see him come in.
In terms of Mitchell Marsh, can you talk us through what's wrong, and I suppose also for him and Sean, leaving him out of the test quite how hard is that, and did you sort of break the news to them?
Yeah, first thing he's got gastritis, so he spent 2 days in hospital. So we're going to just have to wait and see how he goes. He certainly won't play this first game, and we'll just wait and see how he recovers. So in terms of leaving them out, of course, these decisions are tough, but that's what leadership's about, that you've got to make tough calls. You guys have heard me say before, I've known them since they're kids. Jeff Marsh is one of my best friends, which makes it hard. He's also been a coach with me in West Australian cricket, so there's that. But at the end of the day, we all know, that the boys know, and Swampy knows, that this is a tough business, and if you're not performing, you don't get selected, and that's how that decision came about.
Justin, how's the feeling around the squad at the moment? Not just people like the Marshes who've been dropped from the test team, but it's been a tough year in one days and in tests. You know, how's the team feeling? How are you supporting them?
Yeah, look, well, obviously confidence is a great thing. You've got to earn, like respect, you've got to earn confidence. But overall, I mean, the guys are working really hard and they're going okay. I think the first innings of Melbourne and Sydney, honestly, I don't know how you guys felt about it, almost sucked the life out of us, because when you're in the field for 2 days with the world's best spin bowler and 3 elite young fast bowlers, and you spend 2 days, of course it takes energy out of the group, and that's natural. And they try, anyone in this room who thinks that those guys didn't have a red hot dip at it, I mean, and any of the critics out there who don't, they're kidding themselves. I mean, these are the best off spin bowler in the world, 3 outstanding young fast bowlers, and if you're out in the field for 2 days against an outstanding Pujara and an outstanding Virat Kohli, well, it takes some actual physical and mental energy out. But overall, they're all working hard. There's new players and there's some new staff for these next 3 games, so that automatically brings energy to the group. And so from that point of view, that we're really looking forward to the next 3 one-days.
Justin, with Burns, Renshaw and Pukolsky, it looked like 3 batsmen playing 2 positions. Is it right to look at it as a bit of a bat-off in that CA11 game, or you almost have to presume that Renshaw would have to go pretty well, wouldn't he? Because he hasn't made a lot of runs in Shield cricket this year.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll work. That's a really great opportunity for us. I think the more, I guess, prestige we can put into that CA11, and you can see by the way we've selected that team that it's more like a second 11, and it gives guys opportunities, and it's against Sri Lanka, it's under lights, and yeah, you could say it's a bat-off, and that's great. And if people think there's pressure in that, that's great, because when you get to Test cricket, there's a lot more pressure than batting for a spot in the team. And it's one of the things about Matt Renshaw. Hopefully, his selection this last little period for him is a brilliant lesson for a young player who he knows a very good player, and he will hopefully learn the lesson that if you're in the lead up to the Ashes, he probably got a bit sidetracked about getting selected for the Ashes. In the lead up to this Indian tour, he probably got a bit sidetracked by getting selected. And what happens when you do that? We've been there. I had dinner with Steve Waugh the other night. We talked about a young Steve Waugh. When you get sidetracked by the future or selection, you forget to keep your eyes on the ball and be good at what you are, which is a batsman. So for Matt coming in, we know he's a good player, and a great lesson should be learned for a young batsman about, like all our players, think about now, and then the future will look after itself. And it's no different to that CA11 game. It's a great opportunity for guys to think about that game, and selection will look after itself. If they get sidetracked by getting selected in the Test team, the chance of them of performing are probably are certainly lessened, and that's mental toughness. That's the sort of thing that we like to see, that the guys are learning lessons and performing when all different pressures come on.
What do you like about Pukolsky? Because we haven't seen a lot of him, have we?
No, there's a couple of things. I remember a couple of years, I think he played under 17s and 19s tournament, and he scored 300 or 400s on the trot. 19s, yeah, maybe 2 years ago. and I kept hearing his name come up. He scored hundreds, and so he's obviously has learned the ability to score hundreds. He's played his 200s. One was 180, one was 200, a big 200. He scored a 200 against Western Australia in a second 11 game, maybe last year or the year before. So the ability to score runs is what I like about Will Pekoski. He's got a very simple technique. I think he's got from my understanding, he's got great vision of what he wants to achieve in red ball cricket, which tells me he's got some hunger and he's got some ability, and he's got some performances on the board. He's a good young player. Like, we're not bringing him because he's just a good young player. We're a talented player who's shown the ability to score hundreds at all different levels.